Previously on Chat Over Popcorn.
But there were other signs that I had overlooked because being 13 years old, I had no idea what domestic violence was. I always thought it was just punching, kicking, hitting. I didn't realize that there was psychological aspects.
Chat Over Popcorn starts now.
As far as, help that's available, there's a lot of resources that victims can tap into to bounce back. So talk to us about how you coped and how you have been able to heal from this abuse that happened many years ago. Now, as I know you, you've come such a long way that if you don't tell your story, nobody will ever know it has happened to you. So I want you to share how you have overcome what happened to you.
Yeah. I think one of the things that I really relied on a lot when I got out of my abusive relationship was my family. I had to safety plan to leave my abuser, and safety planning is very important whether you stay with an abuser or don't stay. You should still always have a safety plan, like for example, if you're leaving, making sure that you have all important documents kind of ready to go if you're about to flee or leave. And there's a bunch of other things, and there's a lot of resources available around that. But my family, I needed to have my family there to help me leave, and I needed my family to lean on to get me through it. So I was able to move right back into my mom's house, which I was very grateful for. I was in college. I was in university this whole time. I wasn't doing that hot at university because of everything I was experiencing, but I think reaching out, I started a support group with a local domestic violence organization, and I was actually the youngest one there. A lot of the women who were there were in their 40s, 50s, much older than me, and they were like, "You had domestic violence?" And I was like, "Yes." Being young, I think that people forget that it impacts people of all ages. And that really helped me, being able to hear other people's experiences and to know that I wasn't alone, because I really thought I was alone, because I just didn't know. I wasn't educated on any of this. And it was really cool because at the beginning of each support group, they gave us this little a positive affirmation. And I sought therapy. And then I just started kind of redeveloping my life. I finished university. I worked a couple of years doing a bunch of different things, got my master's. And I think some of the things that really helped me through were the self-care strategies that I developed through this time too. I always enjoyed spending time in nature since I was a little kid. So I started doing that more. I started doing more hiking, getting outdoors. I started doing yoga and meditation in my mid-20s, and that actually really just transformed my life, being able to have this different way to connect with my body, because a lot of survivors of domestic violence carry different traumas in their body and maybe sometimes disassociate or disconnect with their bodies or don't feel connected with their body. So yoga really helped me kind of reconnect with my body and reconnect with my, my whole person, kind of learn how to love myself as this whole human being rather than, thinking of myself as less than human, but rather viewing myself as equal to other beings.
That is good. And thank you for sharing that. The only thing I will add to all of this as we are getting ready to wrap up our conversation is for all the young girls out there, and I will allow you, Leah, to also provide additional, maybe 1 or 2 word of advice or encouragement to any young girl who may find themselves in your situation. I care about the youth. I care about the young ladies out there. I just want to say, obviously, Leah went through what she went through, and I'm sure you learned a great deal out of it, right, Leah? You are this tough lady, very resilient, and hence why you are shining and thriving at the age of 34 where you are. I'm so proud of all your accomplishments. For the young girl out there listening, be mindful of who you get in a relationship with, right? You want to make sure that this person is approved by your parents. Parents want the best for us, right? Your parents want to make sure you are doing well, that you are in a safe environment, that you are with safe company. So, Leah, talk to that 13-year-old that's listening to you right now, that either find themselves in what you found yourself in many years ago, or that there are these signs that they need to kind of be on the lookout for to save themselves years of trauma and years of rehab therapy.
Yeah. Yeah, I would just say that domestic violence is not okay, and that all people, all individuals, it doesn't matter how insecure you are. Everybody deserves to be loved, treated with dignity, respect, have good communication. Like, everybody deserves that from their relationships. And I think that especially younger folks, like, definitely don't be afraid to reach out for help and to reach out to your support networks. I think that age particularly is just, you should be like having fun, right? Like having fun, hanging out with your friends, like developing your interests, finding out what it is that you love to do or what you're passionate about. Like, I think that being a teenager is like a really exciting time, and I feel like honestly, like dating can wait, to be honest. Like, I'd say, if I could say something to my younger self, I'd say don't date until you're like in your early 20s or something. But yeah, definitely just know that there is support for people who are in these situations, and some red flags to look out for. I mean, I know if you can Google red flags, domestic violence or teen dating violence, and things will come up. But some red flags that I didn't see early in my relationship included possessiveness, jealousy, wanting to spend all their time with me, wanting to know where I was at all the time. Like, those are all red flags. Like, oftentimes younger folks love the attention, right? Oh, they always want to like talk to me. Oh, they always want to like know where I'm at, you know, but that's a red flag for something that could be worse later on. So I definitely encourage people who are in those types of situations to reach out for help, or maybe talk to a trusted adult in their lives to find out what they can do.
That makes a lot of sense, and thank you for sharing that, and thank you for acknowledging that you went into this relationship totally unprepared, right? And like you said, 13, you should not be dating at the age of 13. Wait if you can. Yeah, 13, don't be out there dating. And if you are dating, make sure the guy is someone that your parents know and like, right? If you can, don't be out there dating. Don't, like Leah said, wait till you're like 25. 25.
Yeah, and also there is a lot of movement now, like in the domestic violence world, like around like holding men accountable, and also just empowering and teaching younger men and teenage boys and stuff what healthy relationships look like. And I think that type of work is I mean, I'm not really educated on a lot of it, but from what I've read, it seems like it's getting more popular, like kind of more like, how do we hold the boys and everybody else accountable too, because, it goes both ways. And also I would just like to acknowledge that, intimate partner violence does sometimes happen, in LGBTQ relationships, men with other men, or sometimes women against men, or, there's so many different gamuts of violence in these types of situations. So
Right.
I just wanted to acknowledge that, violence is not just men against women, although there's higher prevalence.
Of course. No, that is a good point. And I'm going to do a whole segment on just healthy relationship, because I just love talking about healthy relationship and giving people advice on what to look out for. This conversation right now at this moment is not for that, so we're not going to dive much deeper. But if you are interested, definitely come back to our channel, subscribe to our YouTube channel. I will be doing a lot of these type of educational information out here, just to bring awareness on these topics. But particularly, Leah, you are so right. You know, it's not only just men against women. There are women abusing men just the same. And as a society, it is going to take other men to build other men up and hold them accountable and responsible for their actions, and ultimately help them break the cycle of domestic violence. And there are multiple gamuts of domestic violence, you know, sexual abuse and all of that, which I'm going to find different people to come on to dive deeper. I think this topic is so broad that it needs time and attention to really dissect and get deeper into the root causes, the potential solutions out there, and all of these resources that are available in our community that are helping victims. So if you find yourself in a domestic violence situation, relationship, you know, there are a lot of helplines out there. I will put down below the video that you can check out and contact them for, you know, support. And Leah, I want to thank you so much for sharing your story. I know it's been so long and it happened to you many years ago, but telling your story, and particularly at this time, right, knowing that you have gone through it, risen above it, healed from it, and now are in the right state of mind to even empower other people and to create this compassionate society that I know you are so passionate about, really makes me happy. And I thank you for being so vulnerable and sharing your story. I know your story, but I wanted the world to hear what you have to say on the matter. And I thank you for taking the opportunity to do that. I love you very much.
I appreciate so much being up here, Angela. Thank you so much. And thank you for putting this together. I think Chat Over Popcorn is just incredible. And I'm really excited to hear other stories and also to just see this flourish. I really appreciate you, and I appreciate our friendship.
Thank you. Thank you. So guys, make sure that you share our video. Let's get the awareness out there. Like our video, follow us on Facebook and Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We would continue the conversation on just this topic, all things relationship, healthy relationship, bad relationship, all of that, especially for the young ones out there who are in a relationship right now and just looking for an outlet. I am hoping that this platform can be one of the outlets that you come to learn and heal. So thank you for all the support. And again, remember, our truths are best lived when we dare the moments. Thank you. Until next time, take care.
Thank you for watching this episode. To continue with the conversation, subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell or notification button to be notified every time new videos get uploaded. Also, click thumbs up to like the video and follow our Instagram and Facebook pages to catch up on all the conversations.